Good morning.
Right.
This is file number 252181. OM. Are you Sean Lee Ponanen?
I am.
You got charged with being a disorderly person in the city of Three Rivers. Three Rivers has an ordinance regarding disorderly person, and so does Sturgis, perhaps Constantine. Well, let's take a look at your ticket. It alleges that at 1:37 p.m., middle of the afternoon, North Erie and West Michigan, and that's like Taco Bell or somewhere over there, that you were a disorderly person. That's all it says. Disorderly person is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. They say this happened on 10/21. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
All right. Mr. George, you know anything about this?
I do. I just reviewed it. We do a civil infraction.
All right, well, let's talk about that. What you're charged with is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The city of Three Rivers also, I wish the county had this, but the state statute doesn't have it, has an ordinance that allows a civil infraction for being a disorderly person, not a misdemeanor. So it's not a crime. It's like a stop sign or a speeding ticket. The fine for that is $100 rather than $200. It doesn't show as a criminal conviction on your record. So it would be a civil infraction form of disorderly. I can't tell from this ticket anything other than usually they put a little note down at the bottom or something about what you allegedly did. But Mr. George would offer to dismiss the misdemeanor if you plead to a civil infraction. Fine would be $100, and I'll give you 30 days to pay it. Are you willing to plead to the civil infraction?
I am conflicted, to be quite honest.
Well,
with you.
Mr. George, can you give me any sort of indication of what the allegation is?
The allegation is there was a traffic stop. The officer made contact with the vehicle. He was trying to figure out who the owner was and was giving commands to exit the vehicle. Getting loud.
All right, so that was the nature of she wasn't in a place of business or anything?
It looks like she was right by the credit union.
All right. Anyway, that's the gist of the allegation. You were in a car with somebody that got pulled over, and apparently whatever you did was enough to cause the officer to give you this misdemeanor citation, and the prosecutor will turn it into a civil infraction if you wish to do that. If you don't, you don't have to plead to it. We just simply set the matter for trial.
I would like for you to hear it.
Okay. Are you still at the Patterson Road address?
I am.
All right, I'm gonna set this for a bench trial. That's what you mean, you met me to hear it?
He would make, that's where there would be a trial and a hearing to find whether or not there was a finding of guilt, but instead of having a jury, he would make the decision. You do have a constitutional right to a jury trial if you want.
No, I said something that made him angry, and that's what this is all about. He didn't like what I said.
Well, sometimes it's not just what you say, but in the manner in which you say it. And so if this was in a bank parking lot or something and
was
there were
not.
loud voices and,
I was on the side of a road
all right, so it's a public place.
and I corrected him on a law.
Okay. Well, if you want to have a trial, I can set it for one.
I honestly, I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know. I know I do not have the money. I do not break the law.
Well, you owe me some money on a speeding ticket.
That I'm also fighting because I have proof of that too. Because I actually have proof that I was actually doing the speed limit and the speed limit.
I don't. NOI 11.
I actually have the video with me.
All right. Well, I don't know anything about that. It just shows that it's in here.
Yeah.
All right,
It sounds
well-
totally different.
Okay.
It just happens to be today. Yay.
All right. Yeah. Well, to save you a trip.
Right.
Okay. Either way, I'm going to fine you $100 if you admit to this. If you don't, I'm not going to appoint a lawyer for it. I'm just going to set it for a trial.
I don't know. You're,
I mean, the option, they made an offer of a non-criminal nature, right? You have a right to a trial if you don't want to accept that offer. So if you want the judge to hear all the facts and the evidence and make a decision, then he's willing to do that. That's your, I can't make a choice for you. It's your choice.
I understand. But we're talking about First Amendment and Fourth Amendment rights, and mine were trampled all over. And when I,
And it's not okay that it happened, but that's okay that that's the decision that you have to make. So if you want to enforce those rights, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Just say what kind of trial you would prefer. Would you like Judge Middleton to hear the evidence and make the decision, or would you feel better with 6 people from the community hearing
I
the
would
evidence and
actually,
making the
I
decision?
know Judge Middleton is a fair person. He understands constitutional law and Supreme Court rulings, and I voiced my opinion,
Okay. Well,
which made them angry.
I know,
So
we
I don't
can't-
understand.
we can't get into that. We can't get into the facts. This is just an arraignment. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just.
Mr. George, is there any body camera video or anything of this?
The officer indicates that there is body worn camera, so we can request that.
Your Honor, why don't we set this for a pre-trial where
Yes, she
meet
can watch
with-
the body cam.
Yeah, I think that would be, because we can always deal with what's going to happen via a trial later after that point.
All right, we'll set a pretrial with city prosecutor with an opportunity for you to see the body cam and him to see it. He hasn't seen it either.
Yeah,
Um,
because I was afraid. I felt threatened, and that's the past history I have had with even the Constantine Police Department 35 years ago.
That's fair. That's fair.
Where was the speeding ticket from?
October 1st, I was coming
But
back
what jurisdiction?
Michigan Street
Oh, in Three
at
Rivers?
night in Three Rivers. I set my cruise control because
Okay,
of,
well, we can set
I
that
mean,
for a
I even
formal
had the
hearing.
video for that
All right, well,
evidence,
let's set a pretrial. Mr. George can get the video. I apologize, means you're gonna have to come back in here,
No,
but you
that's
guys
fine.
sit down on a laptop and watch it together. You can decide at that point whether you're willing to accept the plea or not. Today is November 4th. Let's set this for November 18th.
What day is that?
That's a Tuesday,
Okay,
2 weeks from today.
okay.
You're very thoughtful about this, and I don't blame you. It has to do with your rights and the decision you have to make. A civil infraction isn't much of an offense. It won't go on your record or anything, but if you don't feel you did anything wrong, you're entitled to have a trial on it. And it'll give Mr. George an opportunity to see the video. And you. Tuesday, November 18th. William C. Hubbard's birthday.
I'll give you
All right, why don't you stop out at the counter and see those ladies about that speeding ticket. If you wish to set that for a formal hearing, you can do
She
that.
already
also.
has
I
one
already
today
have,
with
that's-
the
Oh, the formal hearing is
Yeah.
today. Oh, all right, well, good.
Yeah,
Then,
no, I'm taking care of that too.
all
It just
right.
happened to be all today.
All right, thanks. Okay, then you're good to go.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
So I sent him,
Thank
but I did
you.
not tell him.
Do I contact you or-
Nope, they'll take care of everything.
No, I mean for prearrangement.
Well, Tim,
Right.
No, you just show up.
we didn't tell the jail to bring him. Would you take a look at these? Maybe I can zoom him in here. He got arrested on some
So
tickets.
one of them is for Tim and then the other three are statute.
Oh, I thought they were all Tim's.
No, one of them is.
We're gonna need to have him brought up here.
So you want to reschedule to tomorrow?
No, I'd like to see if they can bring him up here.
Oh, it might not be. So we did call the jail.
Well,
So
all right, Tim will be here tomorrow. Let's
you
reschedule
want to
this for
schedule?
tomorrow.
Sorry about that, Judge. Yep. we'll
Okay.
reschedule.
I thought they were all ordinance. You're much more adaptable sometimes than the county prosecutors, although Angelique is setting a new standard for helpfulness. Scott Rudisill,
Yes, Your
good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Are you Scott R. Rudisill?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rudisill, you got charged with retail fraud in the second degree, and then you didn't show up.
Yeah, I worked third shift and we were probably working, they had me work over a couple times. And when I got off work, I went home and went to sleep. So I totally spaced.
Well, rather than,
court.
I don't know, I think maybe Judge Pattison issued a warrant. Let me look. My suggestion would be that we get a lawyer to help you with this. You have a prior retail fraud from a couple of years ago, and this makes it a second offense. Let's see who issued the warrant. Yeah, Judge Pattison tried to plead guilty, no factual basis, set pretrial conference. Apparently, he tried to enter a plea in front of Judge Pattison, and he couldn't find that you admitted to anything. Then you didn't show up. I usually do a show cause first, but he issued a warrant for your arrest, and then you got picked up.
Yeah.
Then you had to post a bond of $200. I think we got a $100 bond and a $200 bond. So let's go back to square one. The allegation is that you were at the Walmart store on October 19th of 2024, about a year ago, and then you stole some property. Then you had a previous retail fraud, which makes that a second offense, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Oh boy. They allege that you stole one rechargeable LED headlamp for $17.88, which was recovered. We are Walmart's private security company, although this at least isn't a skip scan. And you were going to plead to it. You've already now spent a day in jail and posted $300 bond. If you plead guilty to this, I'm going to use your bond to pay your fine. I'm going to give you credit for a day in jail and call it good. If you wish to plead not guilty, I can set it for a pretrial with a lawyer. But I'm not going to give you any additional jail time for $17.88 headlamp that was recovered. Are you willing to plead to that charge, or do you wish me to set it for a further hearing?
No, I plead guilty.
All right. Anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to that
No, Your Honor.
or threaten you?
No, no, sir.
Do you understand that if you do plead, you're giving up these rights on the advice of rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to bring a close to this. My son gave me up LED headlamp to ride my bike with. That's pretty nice. All right, Mr. Rudisil, were you in the Walmart store last October?
I do believe so.
All right, did you take a headlamp? And they caught you before you went out, and that was the end of it?
Yeah, it didn't scan, but they said I didn't scan it. So yeah, I tried.
All right, we'll call it good. Let me look at these bonds. I have $100 and I have $200. So when they picked you up on the warrant, how long did you go to jail when you got picked up for not showing up?
I think just a few hours.
All right, we'll call that a day. Are you missing work right now?
No, I work third shift, so
Okay, you've been up all night?
yeah, I'm ready for sleep.
I bet. I'm ready for sleep too. My body's still thinks it's daylight savings time, so I got up earlier
No,
today.
I hated that little turn.
Well, I don't mind it. I don't like it being dark when I get home, but
Yeah.
$560. All right, 1 day credit, 1 day. There's a $125 fine, a $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee. It's $250. I don't think you owe me any money. I've got $300 of bond. You're gonna get some money back. And you're barred from Walmart for 1 year.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Rudisil, if you go out to the counter, you're actually gonna get some of your money back. And that's a good thing. All right, we got it done with. You slept through your court hearing, ended up getting arrested, having to post a bond. But at least it's over with.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
You get $50 back. Then you go out to breakfast before you go home to bed.
Take my mom out to breakfast.
There you go. Take her to Yoder's and get her some.
That sounds good.
All right, you're good to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's see.